Hello, I'm a duck. More holiday DTIYS stuff, part 3. Okay, so my last yap session about holiday DTIYS's was pretty rough. So rather than trying to go completely off the cuff, we're going to properly record this and have some notes to the side. The first run through this was absolutely rough, so I apologize for the ridiculous stumble through these that came before. This time we're talking about one of my favorite artists I've done a DTIYS for, Tomorrows.Problem. Hello, Helena. This artist's style is honestly so much fun for me to explore. It gives a very mystical, mischievous energy. There's so much deliberacy in her actions. Yes, deliberacy is a word. I looked it up. But I love it. I love the way that she creates. I was happy to try my hand at it and felt great about the end result, but a month or so later, I looked back and noticed something I absolutely hated. Look at my version of the face and look at Helena's. Mine's not done just yet, but you can clearly see the two sides of the face on mine don't seem consistent. It irks me to no end. Honestly, this is pushing me in a direction of wanting to fix it. I think I don't have a choice at this point. The thing about DTIYS challenges is that learning from other people is the main positive I get from this. Our rendering style is different, but skills that she's incorporated made me excited for what I could try next. The hair in this was so much fun. The funny thing is, Helena talked about how hair is her favorite part in a video she posted recently. And when doing my own rendition, I can absolutely tell why. Sometimes when drawing or rendering something based on someone else's work, I get a certain energy from their creation. It's like following the same patterns can put you in a similar headspace. Whatever it is, drawing the hair on her characters is always pretty fun. By the way, if you haven't found Tomorrows.Problem on YouTube already, I have saved you the trouble. Now, subscribe to her. To wrap things up, I was still highly fond of the texture used for Senny's art, so I brought it back here. The lighting was adjusted, but ultimately, this was almost perfect. I'm still caught up with the face, which means I don't have a choice but to revisit this soon. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take this time to talk about the fact that I think I'm gearing up for a redux. An art redux is more so me just trying to recreate certain aspects of art. Now, a redux should be a full recreation, but most of these are just going to be edits, and that's okay. But one of these art pieces I think deserves a redux. So we're going to see how we actually fare when it comes to that. There is a lot of really solid foundation here. And in her recent video, which I did watch in the middle of editing this, I can definitely see where her inspiration comes from. She talks about it a whole lot, and it makes me excited for what could come from this art in the future. I will be following her very closely. And of course, there will be lots of stealing. We talked about a lot of different things when it came down to her art. At least I sped through most of them. Something I'm really excited about when it comes to my rendition of this is the rendering on the skin and on the clothing. It's not the best thing ever, but it definitely made me happy when going through most of this, when taking the different steps to give a little bit of texture here. I will say that in some type of recreation for this, there are some things I'm going to want to explore a little more, things I've learned from Tomorrow's Problem since, because, of course, this is not the only DTIYS I've done for Elena. She's put out a whole lot of really good art, and publicly I've done a couple, maybe a few, but there are different pieces of art behind the scenes that I've had no choice but to explore without other people needing to really see it. When it comes to exploring an artist and their different facets, their different skills, the best thing to do is try and recreate their art. Try and recreate something, and you can put a little bit of your own spin on it, but I honestly think the best way to learn is to sit and just explore how they created something. Elena has actually put out her step-by-step process for a piece of art that she made a while back. So, a little plug for her, other than just the channel plug. That video was pretty cool, and I had to watch it immediately when it came out. Regardless, that's it for this video. We're going to see where else we can go with this DTIYS exploration of the holiday season. And when I'm ready to do a nice edit and redux for a lot of these different pieces, we'll see how that goes. So, until then, see you soon.